Hi everybody, today a new episode of Beyond the Sportsbiz, and today I'm going to talk about the business of tennis. Tennis is one of the most rewarding sports, both thanks to the revenue generated on the court and off the court. It is one of the sports where the revenue gap between men and women is the smallest. Moreover, women's tennis attracts high-end investors such as CVC Capital Investment Fund, which invested $150 million last year on the WTA. You add to this the growing media exposure among the public, thanks also to the Breakpoint series on Netflix, and you have a sport that is doing just fine. According to the famous Forbes magazine, 9 of the 10 highest paid female athletes in 2023 are tennis players. For the rest of this episode, I will focus on the revenue generated off the court by the players. This revenue mainly includes sponsors, but not only that. In fact, the players invest in real estate and in other businesses. They can also receive dividends, for example. On the sponsor side, which remains the major source of off-court revenue, there are 3 main categories in my opinion. First, rackets and strings. Second category, clothing brands, where here you have 2 cases. On one hand, we have brands that are known as sports specialists, such as Nike, Adidas, to name a few. On the other hand, we have clothing brands less known historically for being associated with sport, but are gradually making a place for themselves, like Boss with Taylor Fritz or Kayani with Onze Jabeur. For your information, Kayani is a brand recently created by the Saudi Public Investment Fund dedicated to enhancing women's health. There are advantages and disadvantages in both cases. I will just name one difference. For example, if you have a partner that is a globally recognized in sport and sponsors many athletes like Nike and Adidas, as a player, you will probably have less flexibility in choosing the next creation of clothing and shoe line, for example. Conversely, if you have a partnership with a less well-known brand in sport, and by correlation they have fewer players in their portfolio, like Boss or Kayani, then the brand will do a lot more for you. You truly can become a brand ambassador. Beyond the financial aspect, you will have more flexibility in the design of your own equipment, and that has value for many players. Third category of sponsor, we have accessory brands that are not directly linked to sport, with watches and luxury bags, such as a Rolex with Federer and Gucci with Yannick Sinner. In terms of figures now, Iga Świątek, world number 1, earned around $22 million in 2023, $10 million on the court, $12 million off the court. She earns more than half of her revenue off the court. Novak Djokovic, world number 1 in 2023, he earned around $38 million. On the court around $13 million, and off the court $25 million. He earns almost twice as much off the court. To further illustrate the significance of off-court revenue, I will take 2 other players that did not play in 2023. Naomi Osaka, the Japanese who had her first child last year and therefore did not play all season. Nevertheless, she earned $15 million in 2023 by not playing a single match, thanks to her revenue outside the court. And finally, I don't know if he's the GOAT of tennis or not, but in any case, he's the business GOAT, Roger Federer. In 2023, he had already retired. The Swiss has earned around $95 million off the court, and all of this without playing tennis. He won 10 times more in his career off the court than with the prize money he earned on the court. I haven't even talked about Serena Williams, but she's also doing incredibly well with her investments. Small clarification, the figures I gave are public and are estimated revenue, not what the player has in his pocket at the end. Indeed, taxes and agent fees must be deducted because these athletes are often represented by 1 or more people to negotiate these partnership contracts. It is the best players in the world who can benefit from these very generous sponsors. Players above the 100th place in the world can hardly benefit from it. In addition, it is only a very small minority who earn more off the court than on the court. There are players even in the top 10 who are more bankable than others. Aryna Sabalenka and Elena Rybakina, respectively world number 2 and 4, earn less with their sponsors compared to what they earn on the court. Off the court, Rybakina in 2023 earned $4 million, same for Sabalenka, $4 million, while Emma Raducanu alone, she earned $16 million just from partnership deals, while today she's ranked beyond the 200th place in the world. She must also have an amazing agent whose negotiation skills are off the chart. And that's another important aspect. The timing of a deal and your agent skills can make a huge difference for players off the court revenue. And that's a wrap for today. You can follow the channel at Beyond the Sportsbiz on X. See you next Tuesday for a new episode. Ciao, ciao.